College is expensive, but that's where financial aid and scholarships come to help. How do you start? What are your options? Keep watching to find out.
FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It's a great opportunity to get need-based scholarships and student loans. The application opens October 1st and can be found at fafsa.ed.gov. The earlier you submit it, the more money you are likely to receive. Be sure to discuss your financial options with your parents before you submit the application and after you receive the document with your various options.
Other types of scholarships that you can apply for are merit and talent-based scholarships offered by the university that you want to go to. Most universities will not require an extra application for academic scholarships, but it is always important to check just in case. If you think you are particularly talented at something, whether that be playing an instrument, playing a sport, having artistic skills, or something like that, you may be able to apply for talent-based scholarships. These usually require some kind of audition or tryout. So think ahead about what you want to apply for so that you have time to prepare. Overall, it is a great idea to look at the scholarships page on your university's website so that you can see all that they offer.
There are scholarships from third-party organizations that you can apply for. You may qualify for these scholarships by having a certain quality, like good leadership, or by being in a certain group, like people who wear glasses. These scholarships may also be open to anyone. You can use websites like scholarships.com to find different scholarships. If you have a college readiness coach at your school, you can also contact them to see if there are any scholarships that they can point you to.
The way I wrote my essay was I remembered a time that felt very anxiety provoking, but where I still ended up okay. This shows good personal development. Your essay can be about what were the methods you learned to overcome this obstacle? How are you different now than you were before? I think it's best for your essay to have as much of your own personal voice in it as possible. This essay is about you, not about your opinions about other events. What helped me get started was to think about and write down all of your emotions you had during that event and try to get in touch with them as well as you can. I found this to make all the topics and points very easy to come up with. Here's a list of things to avoid writing about. Don't write about things that annoy you. Don't write about things in pop culture. Don't completely summarize your life saying how you're meant for that college. It sounds very cliche and insincere. Don't write about an achievement and why you deserved it. This is because it doesn't sound good to brag. They want to see personal development. They don't like to hear bragging. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It can be very helpful to ask help from a teacher or writing tutor to help with grammar, fluidity, or to just help get started.
When you're applying for scholarships, you'll find that a lot of the essay prompts are similar. Instead of writing a completely new essay for each application, you can do something called essay splicing, which means taking parts of your essay and adjusting it based on the new prompt. This saves you a lot of time and increases your chances of applying to multiple scholarships. And apply for as many as you can. You're not losing anything by applying, even if you don't think you're going to get it. However, you still have to be sure that your essay still answers the specific question. The last thing you want is to submit a choppy essay that is not relevant to the prompt. So let a friend, a teacher, and/or a parent read the question in your new essay to make sure it's appropriate.
Now that you guys know how to get started on looking for scholarships, there are two last things we want to warn you about. You need to make sure that any of the places you're applying for scholarships are reputable sources. They need to be real companies that are actually going to give you money for college. They need to make sure that they're honest in the amount of money they give you and the source from which you're getting the money. There are a lot of places that will create scams based around scholarships. They will trick you for you to give them your personal information, and they'll later turn around and use that and steal your identity. We do not want that to happen to any of you. So please make sure that you're looking at websites that are truly meant to help you and not hurt you. If you have any questions about whether or not a website is a good spot to get a scholarship from, take the time to ask a guidance counselor, your parents, or another adult in your family. but the school is probably going to be your best resources. Guidance counselors are trained to be able to look at things and help you decide whether or not it's going to be a good scholarship for you to apply to. The other thing that we want you to know is that when you're applying for the FAFSA, since a lot of you guys come from immigrant families, you may not have the necessary paperwork to fill everything out. So it may be a good idea that when you go to look at the FAFSA, that you sit down with a parent or a family member, or again, your guidance counselor at school, and they can help you go through it. It's something that's a little bit more difficult for you as a high schooler to do by yourself. So please take the time to make sure that you are working with someone who is a little bit older than you and may have more knowledge on the subject. And I'm sure that anyone at Withrow would be happy to sit down with you guys and help you out. So please make sure that you're paying attention to those two things while you're looking at your financial aid resources for college. But other than that, I'm sure that you're going to have plenty of opportunities to get money for college, and that there are going to be a lot of good opportunities for you out there, and you can go find them.